guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Tori Lynn. Let's blossom today. It's been a while since I've done kind of an updated, just like my go-to makeup look, what I've been wearing on the day-to-day, so I thought today we could sit down and do that. You know, makeup just kind of like goes through these phases, and so I'm gonna show you guys what my current phase is, what I'm currently doing. So right now what I've been using is kind of a mix of two foundations. I've been doing a lot of tanning outside, a lot of laying in the sun, so I've got to use some of my darker foundations. And this one I picked up, this is a newer foundation stick for me. Picked it up at Ulta a couple weeks ago. This is the Juvia's Place foundation stick, and I have in the shade Belize. And this is like the perfect shade for me right now. The only issue I have with it is it gets really greasy towards the end of the day. So I mixed that with the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind concealer, or eraser, I guess it's called, Instant Age Rewind Eraser, in the shade Light Honey. So I usually start by taking the concealer and putting it in my lighter areas and my kind of greasier areas. So this gives me coverage in the areas that are a little more on the greasy side. And then I take the foundation stick that's a little bit darker. It actually matches my color a lot more, but it's also a little bit greasier. So I'll put it out here in my drier areas. About like that. So it's not really to necessarily contour, but it's to kind of mix the two shades together, but also keeping that greasier product on the outer portions of my face. And then I've been using a brush. This one is an It Cosmetics brush. And I usually start in the center of my face and I'll work my way out. And then I will kind of stipple the darker product in to blend those together. Now, I love the look of the foundation stick all over my face for like the first 3 to maybe 5 hours. And then once you get beyond that 5-hour mark, it just starts getting super greasy and oily, and it even starts to really separate in my T-zone area because I have quite an oily T-zone. It's not really foundation that I can wear for long periods of time. If you weren't a super oily person, and out here my face is not oily at all, it's very dry. Out here it looks super great all day long, but right through here, my nose, my corners of around my mouth and on my chin, those areas get super greasy looking, and they really start to break up, and it starts to disperse, and it doesn't look very good after, an 8-hour day or longer. It's not a good long wear foundation. So that's why I kind of do it the way I've been doing it. So I do like to mix the two to get a good shade match for me right now. That's kind of what I do for foundation. Some days I bake my under eyes, some days I do not. Today I have a longer day ahead of me. I'm actually getting ready to go camping, so yeah. We're putting makeup on to go camping, but we're going to be going out and doing some shopping. We're going to another town with a cute little downtown area and that kind of stuff. So I am going to, bake my under eyes. So I'm going to use the Beauty Bakery Better Not Bitter Flour in the shade Translucent. But instead of taking a sponge like I typically would do, I'm just going to take another brush here and dip it right into the powder and go right up under those under eyes. So this is kind of a lighter form of baking because I'm not completely, caking that stuff on there. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bake the edges of my nose because I'm going to be wearing a mask in some places we're going to be going today. I want to protect my foundation from rubbing off too much. So baking the edge of your nose will definitely help with that. This is something I've kind of grown to do just like every day. Now I'm gonna go ahead and throw on my brows. This is like the only product I use nowadays. This is the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil, and I use the shade Taupe. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw my brows on off camera, and I will be right back. Sometimes I like to do eyeshadow, some days I don't, but for the sake of the video today, we're going to throw a little eyeshadow on. You guys know, if you've been watching my makeup videos lately, that I'm obsessed with the Orgy palette from Jeffree Star. So we're going to use it today because I literally use this palette every time I do an eye look. I usually start with this nice creamy shade here called Implant, and I just set my lids down with that shade. And I don't ever do anything extravagant on my lids from the day to day. Honestly, I set my lids down, I do a nice simple crease shade, and then maybe something in the outer corner to darken it up, and probably something nice and pale on the lid just to, you know, do something there. And like that's as much as I do. I really don't do much. If I do anything, like I said, some days I just skip doing an eyeshadow look altogether, and I will just set my lids down with my powders and call it a day. It just depends on how much time I have, how much I'm feeling it, how much effort I want to put in, you know. Every day is a little different. Just depends on the day to day what I'm gonna do. But I mean, this is kind of the look I do if I'm gonna do eye makeup. So I'll go in with this shade, nice pretty taupey shade called Bed or Floor, and I'll buff that right in the crease. Then I'm going to take this nice medium brown called Bottom, and I'm going to work that right in the outer V and work it kind of into the crease just a little bit on the top. And then I'll take a blending brush and I'll just blend those two shades together. Just really softens everything up, gives it a really smoky edge to everything. Then I'm going to take this pretty pale pink color called Fluffer. I'll pop that right on the lid. And that's like all I do. Like, I just like to add a little bit of dimension in the crease, a little something up there, but super simple. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my skin down, and I've been using the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless, I believe. Yeah, Matte and Poreless powder, and I've been using the shade 130 Buff Beige. Now, I usually prefer the L'Oreal Infallible powder, but the last time I went to buy it, it was sold out because everybody all of a sudden has been turned on to it from TikTok, and it's not been available. So, I have used this one in the past, and I like it, but I usually prefer the L'Oreal Infallible one. I've been using that one for years, and now all of a sudden everybody has jumped onto it from TikTok, and you can't buy it. So I had to use this one. So I'm just gonna go and set my skin down and kind of sweep away that baking. The reason I have to do some sort of baking under my eyes is because my under eyes crease so bad. I mean, you can just see right there how bad they have already started, you know, how bad they crease on their own. And then if I don't bake, that product will just settle into those creases and like cake down in there, and it's nasty. Next, I'm going to bronze up, and I'm just going to use my NARS Diffused Bronzer in the shade Seaside. This is a nice, pretty bronzer. If I'm going full glam, lately I've been using the Urban Decay Beached Bronzer, but I like this one just for my regular day makeup, especially if I'm going to be wearing like a mask and stuff. I just wear this one to work a lot. Just has a very pretty look to it. And it's my favorite nose contour bronzer, so it's kind of just the one I gravitate towards the most, you know? Then I'm going to take a brightening powder. This one happens to be from Mary Kay, actually. My grandma's a Mary Kay consultant, so I bought it from her a while back. And I just like to pop it right up under the eye, give it a little brightness right up under there. Then I do a little bit of highlight. I don't know why, but I've just been into highlighting. So I'm using the Becca highlight in the shade Prosecco Pop. This has been like my current favorite highlight. And I don't go ham with the highlight when I'm doing this makeup look. Just enough to add a little something, not as much as I would do when I'm doing like a full glam. Just some on the cheekbones, the forehead, and then a little on the nose as well. So then I'm going to pop on an inner corner highlight. This has not changed. This is not just a phase. This is still one of my favorites. I love to use this shade right over here from the Too Faced Hot Butter Rum Palette. This shade is called Whipped Cream. It's a nice, bright, shimmery shade. And whether I do eyeshadow or not, I always pop this in the corner. And I'm just throwing on a little bit of brow gel. This one is from ColourPop. This is the, I forget what it's called now, Brow Boss Gel. And this is just a clear gel. Now I'm going to go ahead and spray my face down. I just typically use my e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set on the day-to-day. And then I'm going to go ahead and quickly throw on lashes and some mascara off camera, and I'll be right back. I have to apologize for the weed whacker guy. I don't have time to sit here and wait for him to stop anymore. But he's been so loud. He just started up in the middle of me putting my lashes on. But anyway, so now we're going to move into the lips. Depending on where I'm going, if I'm going to work and I'm going to be wearing a mask all day, I don't mess with lipstick. I will throw on like a tinted lip balm or something like that and call it a day. But because I'm going somewhere, I'm not going to be wearing a mask for the whole time. I'm going to be seeing family and stuff where I'm not going to be wearing a mask. I'm going to throw on a lipstick. And a lot of times I'll wear a liquid lipstick. But I just got this MAC one and I've worn it a couple of times and I really like it. This is the MAC, what was it called? Like a powder, something, powder play lipstick or something like that. Does it say on the bottom? Powder Kiss lipstick, that's what it's called. In the shade Teddy. It's this really, really pretty nude. So I think I'm gonna wear this today. I feel like this color matches my natural lips so well. And it's just such a comfortable matte. I don't know, I really like it. I'm so happy I bought this. I picked this up on a random whim. It was at Marshall's actually, of all places. And the checkout line, just like somebody threw it up on the shelf as they were leaving. They changed their mind. It was like $7.99 or something. And I was like, so glad I got that. Love this lipstick. So pretty, it feels so good. But anyway, so yeah. This is just like my current go-to look. Something super simple, super quick. And yeah, you know, some little bits of changes here and there. Like I said, some days I don't do eyeshadow, some days I do. And typically the lip is what changes the most. Some days I wear tinted lip balm. Some days I wear liquid lipstick. And the color changes, you know, it just kind of depends on what I'm in the mood for. But typically this is about what it looks like. So hope you guys will like this video. Let me know what you think about this look down in the comments. If you like this video, then give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.